Okay, we're going to talk about this beautiful looking beer here. Look at this. Wow. It's just making me smile just looking at it. Wow. Amazing. So I'm calling this a reddish IPA. And what it actually is it's another, it's kind of in between an IPA and a red IPA, and Red Axe IPA specifically. I've used Red Axe malt in it. And yeah, what I'm looking for is something. I love Red Axe, 100% Red Axe beer, but I'm looking for something a little bit different, somewhere in between kind of an IPA and red IPA I was saying earlier. Bit less intense malt and a bit more flavour from the hops. Because obviously I always find then that the Red Axe malt, as soon as the hops start to fade, it's just Red Axe all over the place, which is nice, but it's not quite as good as when the hops are firing. So I've made a little brewday video on it, so I'll show that now. We'll have a look at that, and then I'll come back and we'll get this thing tasted. How's about that? How's about that then? Oh! Come on, get out! Let's have another look at it then. It looks pretty good. It's not red. It's your classic IPA colour, really. There's a little red tinge to it, but it's more orange, isn't it? It's somewhere in between, which is not really a surprise, I suppose. Nice and clear as well. Not a bad bit of carbonation in there as well. So yeah, lovely fluffy white cap on it. Nice, excellent. So really fruity on the nose. So we have, just to remind me, Red Axe, 2 kilos of Red Axe. That's 45.5% Red Axe. We've got 41% Golden Promise, and then the rest, which is like 13.5% rye malt. So I've said many times my favourite beer is from Kinnegart's Rust Bucket. You can get it everywhere over here. It's lovely stuff. It's the kind of beer I never get tired of drinking. And I'm not looking to clone it. I'm looking to do something in that kind of area, that kind of style, but not necessarily a clone. And I think that's where this hopefully will fall into. So we had a little bit of a problem with the efficiency on the day, and I got it down to 10-12. I think it was 10-11 maybe, so it's about 4%, which is a lot under what it should be. It should be 4.7%. So it's a bit under what it should be. We'll see. We'll see if that has any effect on it. Obviously all those hops in it. It's kind of the worry, but you know, I'm getting too far ahead of myself, aren't I? This is the first drink I've ever had of this. Okay, cheers. I suppose you should smell it first, shouldn't I? So we had the Simcoe in the dry hop as well as the Citra, and then we had Citra and Centennial in the boil as well as Columbus to bitter with. And it's nice and fruity. It smells quite light. There's a little touch of the malt in there as well too, that Red X, but it's definitely more hop forward. It smells quite pleasant. It smells like really nice, like, I don't know, it's sweet fruits. There's a little touch of a berry note as well. It's like really kind of candy sweet fruit. Maybe a bit of citrus or a bit of orange or something. Okay, I'm going in. Cheers, looking good. Wow, look at the lacing on that. Okay, it's like 4%. It's super light. Super easy to drink. And the bitterness is slightly too much because it's then at 4% and it should be higher than that. I'm not sure what the bitterness actually is. Let me see. 37 IBU, which is not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but I think it's slightly skewed. What's that? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. It was actually sounded like, you know, in the Dukes of Hazzard, you know, they had the horn on the General Lee. It was that. Or maybe it's all in my head. Could be. I'm not sure. That was strange. Okay, what about this then? So the taste is fruity. It's like a marmalade or something like that. Little bit of orange in there. Little bit of like a lemon maybe kind of taste as well. And getting the Red Axe as well. It's not crazy. It's like way down deep, and maybe that's where the kind of marmalade thing's coming from. But it tastes really nice, really good. I think we're definitely on to something with that recipe, and I'm definitely gonna do it again because I want to see what it's like as it's supposed to be, which is a lot bigger. Because it's just that the bitterness on it, which is a little bit too much. It's making it a little bit unbalanced. The low gravity though the low ABV is making it really stupidly easy to drink. Yeah, that's decent. That is decent. Yeah, I think we're definitely onto something there. So I'm definitely gonna do it again, and we'll tweak it. I don't really want to change the recipe too much because I want to see what this is like. You know, it needs to come out like 4.7 or whatever it was intended to be. I mean, we could maybe even push it up to 5% and see what happens, but that's decent. That was definitely decent. So on the end, I'm getting the Red X as well. There's a little bit of the rye in there, that kind of peppery taste makes it. I mean, it probably is dry, but the rye is kind of making it more dry than what it should be. Normally with Red X, it finishes a bit higher. It's hard to get it to ferment down. 64. This was 64 degrees. That was mashed at, and the reason for that is because obviously with the Red X in there, I like to go a little bit lower just to get it down another little bit. But yeah, it's okay. That's not bad for a first attempt. Technically, this is not the first attempt. The first attempt was before, but it was using a lot more Red X. But yeah, that's not bad. I think we're on to something, and I will definitely try and improve that. As far as the colour goes, I could maybe do it a little touch more red than that, which is not red, it's orange. But all in all, that's not a bad effort. Just a little bit unbalanced. But that's not the fault of the recipe, that's the fault of it, the brewday shenanigans. But you know, we live and learn. So anyway, I'm gonna go. I'll see you whenever I see you. Cheers. Happy Homebrew Wednesday.
Look! Hang on!